Hello, everyone. This is PhoeMIX,
This is Coach, COVID edition.
and so today we're going to be talking about the second trilogy of the original Konar Chronicles. Okay.
That's 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, so let's start with episode 4, Darkness Rises. So, a Pokemon called Chimchar wakes up in a spring next to a lake. He finds out that he is a Pokemon. He is confused and runs off. Meanwhile, hovering above him is the mythical Pokemon Darkrai. Darkrai says, "I hope you will achieve your purpose."
What's his purpose?
I don't know.
Well, that's a bit of a hole in the story, don't you think?
Yeah, I didn't really give him a purpose for existing. He just was there.
Well, how does a total complete stranger know that he has a purpose and to complete it?
Darkrai chose him for a reason, for his purpose.
Which you don't know. But
I didn't give him a purpose.
But Darkrai knows that he has a purpose.
No, because he technically doesn't.
If you're following it home, we're not sure. Okay.
Okay, so meanwhile, Miles, the main character, the Pikachu, he's running a protection service, kind of like the FBI, but much less than that, called the Guardians. Now, it consists of 4 members: Miles Ramirez, Grace Alovich, Comet Zendile, and Luke Rosewood. So, a Pelipper Pokemon comes down.
A what?
A Pelipper, it's like a seagull, but with a giant mouth. Yeah, I think its name was Steve.
What? Okay.
So, it tells him that there are no hostiles nearby. And Miles goes back inside. The Chimchar from earlier runs into the building and says, "Help, help, I have amnesia or something." And they're like, "You have amnesia? Who are you?" And the Chimchar is very confused. And Miles,
I caught that one.
Miles decides to give him a name. The name is Simon. So, Simon tells him that he feels like he needs to go somewhere to, like, this swamp up in a mountain. And Miles immediately agrees to trek the 14 Yeah?
Did you just say one of the Pokemon have amnesia and then one of the other guys decided to give him a name and then they took him on their travels?
Yeah, to the place where he said that he felt like he needed to go.
He has amnesia and you just give him a name? Okay, we'll just call you Fred. Sorry about the whole amnesia thing. Come on, Fred. That doesn't make... Oh my gosh.
Okay, so they go across the many landscapes, and eventually they get to an inn. Miles saves Grace from a rampaging Tauros, and in return, Grace kisses Miles. Later that night, Simon goes out into the forest.
Hang on, are we burying the lead here?
What do you mean?
What's this raging Taurus that comes in
Tauros.
and goes? What's a raging Tauros?
It's a wild Tauros.
And a wild Tauros, why would a wild Tauros be in an inn?
It's not in the inn, it's in a forest.
But you said they went to an inn.
The next day after they were in the inn.
Oh, so they got the beast in the forest?
They found it in the forest. It was rampaging and attacked Grace. Miles stopped the Tauros.
Okay, so you're not going to describe that action.
Also,
you're just going to say he got him.
Sorry, those are my words. Also, what happened in that inn is that they were reading a book about Darkrai, how it would accept fights from people and stuff. And meanwhile, in the inn, there was a guy listening to them, a Lycanroc Pokemon, Midnight form. And it was like, "Darkrai, I must fight you myself." Okay, so after that, Simon encounters Xerneas, a legendary Pokemon. And the next day, they're running out from the rain, and they bump into the Lycanroc.
They're running from rain? You can't run from rain.
No, it's
what
raining.
Are they dodging raindrops?
No, it's
in and out?
No, it's raining.
Oh.
So they run into the Midnight Form Lycanroc from earlier, and he attacks Miles for running into him. And then says that since Miles has friends, he is weak, and that only loners can be strong.
What?
Yeah, those are his beliefs.
That's whack.
So...
Wiggity whack.
So later after that, they arrive into a desert, and Grace, being a Glaceon and ice type, she is very sensitive to heat and soon faints. What?
That's pretty lame.
What do you mean?
What do you mean she faints? Just because she's walking in a... she's just walking through
a desert.
A desert?
Extreme heat.
Why is she even going on this trip?
Because
she had to know where they were going.
Miles brought Grace with him.
So he could kiss her?
No. Miles brought Grace so that just a second member. Luke and Comet were told to stay back and manage the Guardians. The Guardians being their club-like thing. So a previously established character named Fang comes out of the desert and rescues them and takes them to his hut in the snowy mountains. They then recognize Fang and are surprised to see him. They then bring him along to the final destination, the swamp. Yeah?
Nothing.
Okay. So they get there, and the Lycanroc from earlier attacks them and takes the Shadow Stone, commanding Darkrai to come to him and fight him. However, the thing is that if the Shadow Stone is touched by an evil hand, the Shadow Stone will corrupt that person. And, the guy... the Lycanroc, named Blade, by the way, attacks... What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Lycanroc's name is Blade.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, he attacks them, and soon a hole opens into the swamp like an earthquake after Blade punctured the ground with the Pokemon move Crush Claw. And, there... Yveltal awakens.
How long was he asleep?
Huh?
How long was Yveltal asleep?
A very long time. You see, Miles' mother told Miles that when she was with his father a long time ago, Yveltal awoke and destroyed their house.
And then went back to sleep.
No, he destroyed the house and he fought and he battled with Rose's Rose being Miles' mother. Yveltal fought with Rose's husband, Davis Ramirez. Davis was able to drive off Yveltal, a legendary Pokemon, and Yveltal went back to sleep in the mountains. Yveltal, now awake, blasted an energy beam at Blade, the Lycanroc Midnight Form, turning him into stone. What?
Nothing.
Honestly, I prefer if you talked a little more, maybe.
Okay, I'm just confused. I don't know where to jump in here.
So...
There's a Voltol guy who's been sleeping. He just rips into people and then goes to sleep. Then he wakes up and he turns somebody into a rock. Then what?
Then he flies out and goes into a bell town, and Comet there decides to call the police, who then contact the military to attack Yveltal. Yveltal destroys the military.
The whole military?
Yeah. Well, not the whole military, just a few dispatched troops.
Are they Pokemon troops?
Yeah,
Okay. Because the humans are dead
because of Mewtwo.
because of Mewtwo.
So,
Hashtag Mewtwo killer.
and no, he killed them because, off topic, he killed them because he thought they were evil.
Hashtag Mewtwo murderer.
No, he thought they were evil.
Hashtag Mewtwo bad guy.
Okay, let's move on. So, Luke is about to be killed by Yveltal, but then Fang jumps in there to defend Luke from the blast. And in the process, evolves into a very powerful and awesome Pokemon.
I don't understand why these people.
He evolves. Fang evolves into an awesome Pokemon named.
No.
What?
No.
What?
No. You say it. No.
Why? What is it?
Go ahead. You just.
He evolves into Charizard.
Gosh, I knew it.
No, come back.
I'm out of this.
You need to do the 2 other episodes.
I can't do if that Charizard's in there.
Okay. Look, this is Fang's last appearance, okay?
Oh,
So,
I hate Charizard.
Yveltal is putting up a really good fight against Fang, and he's about to kill Fang. When Xerneas, the legendary Pokemon from earlier, stops the attack and commands Yveltal to go back to the mountain. Yveltal does, and, Miles goes back home where he sees his mother, who is very mad at him for not telling her that he went on a giant adventure to the mountains.
Why would she be mad at that?
Because he was missing for like a week.
Oh, crazy. And how old is he? 11?
14.
14. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, because Xerneas did not know about Blade being turned into stone, she did not heal Blade, meaning that Blade was transformed into stone forever.
Oh.
Hence killing him.
Oh.
What?
Lovely.
No, Xerneas did not know about this happening. Besides, Blade was a bad Pokemon.
Oh, so he got what he deserved, I guess.
Yeah, he was technically a secondary antagonist, though in my eyes this story was very pathetic. And I actually tried to delete and recreate it, but that was I decided just to cut Darkness Rises altogether from the story. But that changed. Darkness Rises changed into the 3rd episode with a much better story, by the way. So, Simon goes back to the swamp where he meets Darkrai. Darkrai commands him to destroy the Shadow Stone, and he does, just crushing it with his fist. And then Darkrai then Darkrai opens a portal to another dimension and sends Simon away.
Another dimension.
Yeah. Simon was never really given a purpose or anything. Like,
this is a common theme, that these characters don't have character arcs, don't have things to do, but then people tell them, it is your destiny.
Well, that changed in the remastering that I made recently. Episode 1, Act 2 of Episode 1 just began, and I am working on it. So, okay, so let's go to episode 5. Stop. Let's go to episode 5. Absol's Revenge.
Skipping 4, or we just went over 4? We just went over 4.
Okay, so episode 5, Absol's Revenge, takes place a month after the last one. And Miles, Grace, Grace, Comet, and Luke are exploring like a cave place. So basically, as of right now, in this part, the Guardians are well known. Miles and Grace are dating. Basically, the town's been doing really good, so everyone's having a nice time.
Yay.
But
this piece shall last forever.
But here's the thing. 39,000 years ago...
Million thousand?
So basically, there was a human prince with his father, the human king. And there was Kirim. Many have battled and tried to capture Kirim, but it did not work. One day, Kirim destroyed the town and killed everyone in it.
No reason?
No, he was mad that the guy fled from the fight.
So he destroyed the entire town.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What? He was angry.
You know what? Go have a drink. To take a nap. Destroy the whole city? Holy cow. Oh my gosh. I lost on a Nintendo game, and now I'm going to go destroy Philadelphia.
Okay, so they hear about. So Miles decides to take Grace on like a vacation to Gemstone, the Gemstone Kingdom, where like basically
very similar to the Jersey Shore.
No, it's a kingdom.
So not at all.
With castles and stuff. So they get there and like so they go there and couple days into the vacation they are contacted by a Greninja, a shiny Greninja that takes them to his master's house where they meet Prince, I think I named him Max.
Prince Max? It doesn't sound very regal.
No, it's his first name.
Prince Joe. Hi, Prince Joe. What are you doing?
Then there's King. I never really gave the king a name, actually.
No.
He just called the king
You
or
don't
father.
say.
So Max releases Absol from its Pokeball, and Absol, not being aware of the outside world for years, gets a little crazy and remembers Kyurem, and out of blood-driven revenge decides to go off and fight Kyurem, possibly attempting to kill it. So Miles meets with Absol, and Absol tells him about how he met with Prince Brian. What?
Brian.
No.
You kind of made that up on the fly there, didn't you?
Prince Brian. Where they get to the place and Kyurem is there. He Absol fights Kyurem, and it isn't looking too good for Absol.
Well, he's been in his Pokemon ball for a long time, whatever that is.
So Kyurem is about to actually kill Absol, where then Miles intervenes, and Kyurem is like, "Do not intervene!"
Whoa.
And he like launches an energy thing at him. Absol, terrified to see Miles' death for some reason, even though he's only been with Miles for like a couple minutes, shields Miles from the attack. And Absol is contacted somehow by Brian's ghost or spirit and mega evolves into Mega Absol. So, yeah. He then attacks Kyurem, but the fight is interrupted when an Ultra Ball comes flying out of nowhere and captures Kyurem into it. Then they decide that, hey, it's getting late, maybe we should go back to the hotel. So they flee, and then a shadow of a Greninja is going over to pick up the Ultra Ball. So they go.
So are you implying that the Greninja threw the ball? The ball, whatever it is?
Yeah, at Kyurem. So they meet the king.
Should I know what the Whippet Ball is?
It's called an Ultra Ball. An
Oh,
Ultra
Ultra
Ball
Ball.
is a very good version of a normal Pokeball, which has a very high catch rate, but not as high as the Master Ball, which can catch any Pokemon without failure. Except it does have a very small chance of failing in the games, and the only way it can fail in the anime is if a Wish Catch eats it.
Sorry, I asked.
Okay, so, they meet with the king, and the king talks to them about Absol and everything, and then we meet with Max, and he seems a little suspicious and nervous when they get there, and ask him about the Pokeball. So he tells them to go back home. Later, they're in a cafe, and Absol asks for no food because he's not hungry. And so there's an alarm that the king is being attacked, and the king's servant, a Delibird, comes in and he's like, "The king is in trouble."
A Delibird talks.
It's a Pokemon.
A Delibird? Like you picked that up at the delicatessen? Like
No, it's a Pokemon.
2 pounds of ham, a pound of American cheese,
it's the
and
name
a
of
Delibird.
Listen, Coach, it's the name of a Pokemon.
Just stupid name, Delibird.
So, it turns out that Max, the prince, was evil this whole time.
No, you don't say.
And, basically,
So he must be killed then, huh?
What?
I said, so he must be killed then. Or at least destroy a city.
I never actually showed what happened to Max.
Shocking. Spent all this time talking about him, and then we don't know what happens to him. Go ahead.
So, he's attempting to kill his own father with Kyurem so that he can get into the throne. And the reason that, the king didn't allow his own son to ascend to the throne in power is because, the son did some pretty sketchy things from time to time.
Like what? In this story, what constitutes sketchy?
I never actually specified what he did.
Okay.
But he is doing a pretty sketchy thing right now, trying to kill his own father.
That's beyond sketchy. That's pretty specific.
So Miles arrives, saves the king from Kyurem, and Max orders Kyurem to flee. Miles takes Absol to fight Kyurem, and they do. The shiny Greninja from earlier goes to Kyurem, and he's like, I cannot allow you to defeat Kyurem. And Absol is like, we can't. The danger it will pose to the city. And then using the Ultra Ball from earlier, the Greninja is able to control Kyurem and order him to do things. Eventually, they're cornered, but Miles destroys the Ultra Ball, and Kyurem is no longer under their control. Kyurem then fires an energy blast at the Greninja, and I don't know if he's dead or not, but he's probably at least unconscious.
So the paramedics come onto the scene. What do you think, Doc? He's either dead, unconscious, or fine.
No.
Who knows?
No.
Move on with the story.
The Gemheart Kingdom isn't as advanced as other places, so they don't really have hospitals. Okay, so basically, after the fight, Kyurem goes back to his ice place, and I kind of failed to mention that there were 2 other legendary dragon Pokemon, Reshiram and Zekrom, that Kyurem absorbed into his body and enabled their powers upon his own. I kind of failed to mention that, sorry.
Just a little thing.
So
Start to wrap this up. We're losing viewers.
Okay, so Absol bids farewell to them, and that's episode 5.
Boom.
The final episode of this is episode 6, Time Travel.
Not finished yet. So we're going to end it at 5.
No. So, basically, Grace is traveling out and finds an Eevee egg washed up by a river.
I have a poke headache.
What?
I've got to poke a headache. It's something like Charizard in my head.
Okay, so, the Eevee egg cracks and hatches, and, the little Eevee there, and, the Eevee is like, "Are you my mother?" Grace is, of course, not the Eevee's mother, and freaks out as a result. What?
What is freak out? What do you mean freak out?
She's like, "What?" Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he sometimes gets headaches. This may cause him to be less funny than usual. You can at least ask questions and stuff, right?
Okay, yes. Continue.
Okay, so, they bring him back, and Miles is like, "Hey, let's bring him to the police. That should help." The police are like, "We have no lead on this." So, they decide instead to...
Have the police ever done anything positive in this world?
Well, they tried to take care of Veltal.
They've tried to. They always fail. Always fail. What does that say about you when you don't have very high regard for police?
So,
Moving on.
So eventually, Miles and Grace decide instead to adopt the Eevee. They decided to name it Lucas, even though it may have already had a name. But its parents are dead because Lucas's original father was once a gambler, but he broke away from that. One of his old crime friends broke into his house and assassinated him in the wife. He then took their unborn child egg and threw it out into the river. You laughing?
Why did they do that?
Because he was mad that the guy decided to stop being a criminal.
So he killed his family, threw him down the river.
Yeah?
At least he didn't destroy a city.
Okay. Oh, that's funny.
Wrap it up.
Okay, so, we decide to adopt the child, and, yeah. Eventually, Miles takes his own mother on one of his little expedition things to a house where a guy kidnapped the mythical Pokemon Celebi, a Sableye. So, they decided to, break in and attack the guy, but, he used a taser to torture Celebi into opening a time portal. Miles was sucked in by the portal into the time when humans were still alive. It was a month before Mewtwo eradicated the human race. So, I'm not going to try and explain the whole thing. I'll explain plot details. So, there's this guy named Nate, and he gets Miles, and eventually, on their journey, they meet the mythical Pokemon Zeraora. This happens at the start of their journey. Zeraora shocks Miles and runs off. Later, they are attacked by a Charizard.
The pain increases. My least favorite Pokemon.
Wait, let me try something. Let me try saying something that makes him feel better. Star Wars Battlefront. Hitman. Your wife. My dog Kirby. You're feeling better. Okay. So, he catches the dreaded Pokemon. And eventually he releases it. So he meets this girl named Kai, and she just whoops his A of his Pokemon.
Whoops is A?
Okay, so yeah, she just beats them because she thinks he's weak and stuff. And he also has
Why? Because he was traveling in groups? And people who travel in groups are weak?
No, she thinks he's weak because he's a starter. So there's also this gym leader named Bolt who leaves his sister Volt up to the gym.
Bolt and his sister Volt?
Yeah.
Do they have a cousin named Salt?
No, but their father's name is Colt.
Really? And mom's name is Dolt?
No.
Hey, Bolt, Colt, Volt, come to dinner.
Thank you, Selena. Yeah, her name's Selena. So, Nate and Bolt travel a lot of times. There's also this evil team Shadow, led by a mysterious woman named Z. She wants to capture Zeraora and turn Pokemon into malicious monsters and murderers. The reason she wants to do this is because she wants the people to kill all the Pokemon by making them look evil and stuff, by giving them this mad medicine disease. And
I don't think that they need this disease. They're already mad enough as it is.
no, I mean, like, mad is like a virus that Z created.
Yeah?
Yeah. It stands for malicious aggression. Malicious, is there activity, awareness, what's a thing for people, what people do? Active awareness, malicious,
Athletics.
malicious activity disease?
There's two D's, though.
Malicious activity disease.
Okay.
That's what it's called. So, she successfully distributes it across many Pokemon, but Nate is able to stop her. And yeah, in more recent versions, this is spoilers for the remastering of of episode 5 Back in Time, by the way. So
Stop your video at this point if you don't
Remaster.
want still spoilers.
yeah, these are spoilers for the. Okay, so instead, the bad guy is a guy named Silver. Basically, his mother gave birth to him, but they were subjected to much of radiation. The radiation was caused from the time they spent around Pokemon and their many abilities. This caused Silver to be born with many health problems and an extremely deformed eye that, if I drew it realistically, you would puke.
Thank you for not drawing that for us.
Yeah. So, basically, he wants to murder all Pokemon as revenge and to stop his symptoms from growing. And instead of the meals he last ate, the things that he vomits out is his own blood.
Disgusting.
And sometimes he sneezes out blood too.
Holy cow. He's fun at parties.
Okay. So, eventually in the third act finale, he sees Mewtwo. Mewtwo wants to kill all humans. Silver wants to kill all Pokemon. Mewtwo is a Pokemon. Silver is a human. They're both against each other.
So
Mewtwo wants to stop all humans from harming all Pokemon. Silver wants all Pokemon to stop harming all humans. They fight, but Mewtwo is too powerful for Silver and crushes him with the debris of a building.
Dang.
And he makes sure that Silver feels every second of it.
Good gravy.
He will not let Silver die quickly. Silver wanted to kill all Pokemon. Mewtwo wanted to save them. Mewtwo will not allow anyone to hurt anyone who is not evil. Eventually, Celebi gets back to Miles, and Miles is pulled back into his future. Spoilers for the ending as well, but you already received so much spoilers. Celebi grants Miles to the past where his father was still alive before his father was killed. Miles gets to spend some time with his father and hugs him for a very long time, eventually transported back to his future. Miles lays in bed as he thanks for Jirachi for what he did. So that's the second trilogy, everyone. You're supposed to appear in frame.
If you have any questions, use the comment section below. I'm sure there'll be many. I have lots. But I need some headache medicine.
Charizard.
Coach out.
Oh, and PhoeMIX out, by the way, too. Would you like to say any last things, Coach?
Go up good.
Okay.